So I've been playing Fire Emblem Engage. That's right, fellas, everyone's favorite anime chess simulator has gotten a new game, and I want to talk about my first impressions. There's going to be spoilers up to the end of Chapter 7, as well as comparisons to older titles, mostly free houses. Before anything else, I need to address the Colgate in the room. The MC designs in modern Fire Emblem have a weird track record of getting weirder and weirder. Ignoring Chris because they're both boring and forgettable, we have Robin, with the weird MC cloak, Barefoot Corn, as well as everything else that's wrong with Corn. This... What can I even say about this? They look past the fan service and tell me this is a good design. I'll wait. And Colgate and Pepsi. MC, real name Alir, I think, is a divine dragon that goes on a quest to avenge a mother they barely even knew. Oh god, this really is Fates again. They're just so happy to be killed by followers of the Fell Dragon, not that one. After a tutorial prologue where you find a strange evil person and then wake up to a pair of siblings staring at you. This isn't Awakening, I don't know what you're talking about. Being the second mainline Fire Emblem on the Switch, the game is a return to the quick map-by-map gameplay that was missing from Free Houses. That's right, instead of getting a group of teenagers that you'll mold into hardened war criminals, we're back to traveling across the land, running into and hiring cute thieves, stealing soldiers from other countries, and abducting literal children, while promising their parents they definitely won't die. Clearly, I picked casual because of my strict schedule, not because I don't want to deal with units dying. I'm a fraud. Speaking of units, this time we have a wide selection of colors to look at because Fire Emblem has finally gone full anime. While some older fans may have an issue with the literal VTuber-inspired designs, as someone who enjoys Japanese interpretations of medieval Europe, I can't say I immediately hate it. The game doesn't stop at anime Waluigi though. The whole game has a much more comedic style that honestly reminded me of Xenoblade from time to time, which only works as well because of the upgraded presentation. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best looking game on the Switch, but the difference between this game and Free Houses is insane. Going back from footage, I knew Free Houses wasn't exactly a good looking game, but wow, this is ugly. It doesn't help that the frame rate makes Pokemon blush at times. Just compare the lore trio and the prologue to their introduction in Engage. It's not much, but they actually emote. I can't see Free House's character models doing this. Especially when two kids are fighting each other and one of them has an axe.
If I win, you'd better buy something. Why me?
Even if some of the supports are weird, and believe me, they're weird, I have to give the game props for at least being a visual improvement. While the main hub area is significantly smaller than the monastery, it's much more condensed, with everything being centered around this market. The best comparison I got is the Comet Observatory and Starship Mario if the observatory looked like moldy cheese. But all this stuff doesn't matter if the gameplay sucks, so how's that? It's good, I think. Look, I'm not big enough of a Fire Emblem fan to tell you for sure. The main gimmick this time around is that there are these rings that give you sands of Fire Emblem's past. You wear the rings on your hand, hence the term engaged. Get it? In all seriousness, this is a really cool mechanic. Each emblem, yes, that's what it's called, gives you skills reminiscent of the classic lore and gives them to anyone you slap it on. And I mean anyone. I haven't done that much experimenting, but I think you can give the ring to literally anyone, even if the emblem doesn't complement them at all. Some weirder combos can still work, but I can only imagine the insane crap people are going to pull off with this. My boring example is giving Sigurd to an archer, letting him get in, deal chip damage, and get out. But of course, the biggest addition is allowing emblems and users to pull a Dragon Ball Z and fuse together to grant access to some crazy attacks. My favorite is Celica's because it turns the user into a tactical nuke that can teleport and ruin someone's day. Bonding with an emblem also lets you keep some of their skills, and while being able to customize units is always a good thing, it's way too boring for me to get into. So far, the story is very basic, which, depending on who you are, is a good or bad thing. It's not like a good story is required to make a good Fire Emblem, but coming off the very morally complicated Free Houses, I can't see the story living up to any higher expectations when the biggest comparison people had when it was revealed was the Gacha mobile game. At the end of the day, it may just be nostalgia bait, but I honestly don't think that's a deal breaker because how many English-speaking players actually know who Sigurd is? Simple? Yeah. Dumb fun? Absolutely. Now, is it better than Free Houses? It probably depends, because I know people who both hate this game and love it. If you're into faster-paced games that give you tons of options as you go, probably pick Engage. But if you like a slow burn with characters that actually have conflicting motives, then maybe Free Houses if you can get over the elevator music playing inside Byleth's head. I'm not joking, by the way. Getting footage for this video, I played through the beginning of Free Houses again, and the amount of time between battles is insane. Giving scores to games isn't helpful, especially when I've only played 10 hours, so I'm going to give Fire Emblem Engage a solid good out of bad. Now to disappear into the void for another 2 years.